Alright, this is DHK with a 4th Pokemon Showdown battle. And it is versus CherryTheberry. And it is OU tier this time, like usual. And it was a pretty long battle. Kinda prolonged her death sentence. But anyways, the thing that made me sad was that I never got to use my Kingdra. And like, Kingdra, I really like Kingdra. It definitely is my favorite Pokemon. I forget about it so much because it's so hard to get. Like, I actually had a level 100 Seadra. I remember in Pokemon Pearl. Good times. But anyways, she sent out her Politoed versus my Latias. And I kind of figured... Latios. Okay, I kind of figured she would switch to Ferrothorn, so I went with Thunderbolt anyways to get the Paralyze, and it worked. And then I took the free chance to set up and get off a Swords Dance and OKO her Tentacruel with Night Slash. Alright, there it is. And right now you're about to see what I mean when I said she prolonged her death sentence. Every time, like, I'd get +2, just like, she'd send out her Skarmory just to Whirlwind, and then switch right back out, and it's just like, dude, just let me kill it. But eventually we get past that stage. Anyways, I figured she'd send out Gyarados, try to get the burn. Didn't happen, so I decided to switch out. And I already knew Heatran was not going to be much help in this battle since it's weather. And I suck against weather, ignore that. And, well, I don't really suck against weather, it's just I don't try because I find it annoying and kinda pathetic. Anyways, send out Weavile again, or Jeremiah. And I'm gonna go for a Swords Dance after she responds. Oh no, I didn't go for Swords Dance. I think I tried to get a critical hit with Night Slash. Anyways, you get that down to pretty low health and a Focus Blast missed. And she switches up to her Chansey, and I get a critical hit with Night Slash now. And it does half damage, and I thought Brick Break would do more, but it would not appear so. And she switches to her... I don't know. I know she switches up to Skarmory while I get off the Swords Dance, and the same exact thing's gonna happen. I'm gonna hit her with Brick Break, and she's just gonna blow me out of there. Dirty joke intended. Anyways, Brick Break does about half of a fourth damage. And I go for Thunderbolt, knowing she's gonna go for Ferrothorn. But since it's rain, I can't use Hidden Power Fire. Or I could, but it would be no point. So, yeah, just go for Thunderbolt. Anyways, she gets paralyzed and can't move, so I send out Jeremiah to go for another Swords Dance. Okay. Alright, go for Swords Dance. And she gets healed by leftovers. Instead of going for Brick Break, I decided to go for Ice Shard since it has Stab, but it did less. She finally understood that she was just prolonging the battle. Goes for Brave Bird. And since I figured she would go out to Ferrothorn, I was just going to use Volt Switch to, never mind. All I know is that I Volt Switch does a pretty good amount of damage. And I go out to Heatran. And she switches out to Gyarados, which I expected, so I go for Dragon Pulse. And since this thing is no longer of use to me, I just decide to let her kill it. And I send out my Jirachi to go for Thunder, which she probably predicted or just like got lucky, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask her later. Anyways, I wait for her to pick her move, do whatever her action is, whatever. Yodel hee ho. Alright, anyway, she goes to Fear of Thorn. Thunder does 11%. Not good, not bad, blah blah blah. So I decided to go for a Fire Punch, see how much it would do. And it does a good enough amount. And she is paralyzed to the point she cannot move. And I had to decide to go for another Fire Punch, which almost would have done enough for me to kill her the next turn, but leftovers and this weather. Anyways, I go for Doom Desire, Doom Desiree, and I use Thunder on her once more. And I guess she thought she would survive, but trust me, it was no point in trying to. And this is where she starts like just realizing that she's not gonna win, so she just throws away her Pokemon. And she sends out her Chansey. I don't know why I went for Thunder, because once I clicked on it, I realized that she would probably be Eviolite and would survive. But she gets paralyzed and she flinches at the same time. King Drop, woohoo. So yeah, it was pretty much a win-win. She goes to Fear of Thorn, which I predicted, but just didn't want to use Fire Punch. And so I go for Fire Punch now to finish it off, or almost finish it off. But she is paralyzed and can't move. And one more Fire Punch will do it, but she will switch out to her Politoed. Okay, she will switch out into her Politoed. And I get a critical hit with a useless Fire Punch. And I go for Thunder again, which KOs her last threat to me. And I just realized in this party I only have one attacker, although two of them are mixed attackers, so I guess it evens out. And she sends out her Chansey, if I do remember correctly. Yep. And I KO that with Iron Head. And she sends out her final Pokemon, Fear of Thorn, which I kill with Fire Punch. And she put up a good fight, but I came on top, and this is DHK signing off.